amagye ne poliisi gatekinze over property ya president nga tegafunye court order era nga gayogedde bogezi nsonga nti national security matter ekitali kituufu bali balina baagala okukolayo kubanga n'ettaka linyi balyagala dda nga tebalina access so it's officially nti property ya president oba makaagi n'ettaka lyonna lyokikwayingiddwa poliisi n'amagye ku bbanga lye batayagala kwogera nga ne tebalina gobeebuziza kuba nannyini property ali mu kudduka ekyo tukimaliriza.
By being in hiding.
Uganda's government said it is not hunting for opposition leader Bobi Wine, despite threats from the country's powerful army chief to arrest the pop star turned politician.
The state is not hunting for him because he has not committed any crime.
In an interview with Reuters, Information Minister Chris Baryomunsi said Wine was free to go home, provided he does not engage in law-breaking activities. Wine has been in hiding for weeks. He fled his home in the capital, Kampala, hours before President Yoweri Museveni's January 15 re-election was announced. Days later, Wine's wife, Barbara Kyagulanyi, was taken to hospital after what she said was an assault by armed and drunk soldiers who raided their home.
Strangled me by the neck.
Uganda's military chief, Muhoozi Kainerugaba, who is also Museveni's son, denied soldiers assaulted Wine's wife. He later said on social media that they had captured and then released her. Baryomunsi, who was also a government spokesperson, condemned the raid and said authorities would investigate the incident.
We do not condone any acts of indiscipline on the side of the army.
But he would not say if security personnel would face any penalties if they were found to have violated the law.
It can do more than condemnation.
The Treasurer General of Wine's National Unity Platform, Benjamin Katana, pointed out that the army chief is on record saying the military was looking for Wine.
Either the Minister of Information is being shamelessly dishonest, or is operating from a point of limited knowledge on the subject.
Kainerugaba has not said why the army is searching for Wine or what crime he may be charged with. He has a history of controversial social media posts that he often later deletes. He once threatened to behead Wine and boasted the military had killed 30 opposition supporters. Rights groups have long accused Museveni, who has been in power for 4 decades, of using the military to suppress dissent. His government denies the accusations.
Opposition leaders are being persecuted, elections are being stolen, and we cannot allow, as Europeans, continually to close our eyes, and especially our governments who are making economical dealings with the government of Uganda. Commissioner, the Council has to hear high voice and the opinion of this Parliament about these very tragic circumstances that are happening in Uganda. Thank you very much.
Post-election situation in Uganda shows a systematic assault on fundamental rights. President Museveni's 7th term followed elections that failed to meet democratic standards, preceded and followed by mass arrests, violence, attacks on journalists, the shutdown of civil society, an internet blackout, and killings of unarmed civilians. The harassment of Bobi Wine, his family and members of the National Unity Platform is unacceptable. The European Union must act consistently to end immediately all violence, threats and the arbitrary detention of opposition politicians and their supporters.
What happened on January 15th in Uganda, the so-called elections, were not an election. They were a military operation, and the facts confirm it. Soldiers, acting on direct government orders, raided the home of opposition leader Bobi Wine, assaulted his family and forced the family into exile. Opposition supporters were arrested, disappeared or were killed, including Mesa Kokelo, who was fatally shot while attending a peaceful rally. We are deeply alarmed by reports that the regime has publicly threatened to kill opposition leader Bobi Wine. All these are not isolated incidents. They are acts of terror which are meant to silence an entire opposition. We call for the immediate and unconditional release of all political prisoners, an end to military trial of civilians, full accountability for the crimes committed, and a real electoral reform. Today, we as European Parliament say clearly, we stand with Bobi Wine, Uganda's opposition and civil society, and all those who risk everything to demand freedom. Thank you.